Hello, good morning, and welcome again to our Family Life program. We are committed to bringing joy, peace, and renewed hope into families. Today, we have another topic for discussion, and that is what men want from their wives. What men want from their wives. In a previous episode, we did what women want, or we treated what women want from their husbands, and the list was almost endless. From care for me, to love me more, take care of me, pay attention to me. The list was just going on and on and on. It was almost endless. But today, we want to see what men truly want from their wives. It's not going to be from my own perspective alone. I have with me two wonderful men in the house who will help us analyze or give us their own perspective of what they truly want from their wives. And they are Mr. Francis Onwuka. He's the CEO of Triple D Properties, a real estate consultant. You're welcome to Family Life this morning.
Hi, thank you to be here this morning.
And I also have with me Mr. Ifeanyi Chamber. He's a businessman and also a civil servant. You're welcome to the program this morning. Welcome, sir, to Family Life. Beautiful. So we'll go straight to the topic for today, what men want from their wives. We did a survey on several men, and we got the feedback of what they truly want from their wife. Before we go into details of what they want, let's listen or watch the video. Sit back and enjoy the program.
Good morning, welcome to Encounter TV one more time. This is our marriage program where we talk about marriage. We talk about a lot of things about marriage. And last week we did an interview on the women, on certain things that are important to them that the men should do. This time we are returning the favor to the men. We are giving the women the basketballs back. We are trying to get to know what the women should do better to make marriage last. First of all, you tell us your name and how long you've been married so we can know a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, we thank God for that. My name is Sunday Weze. I come from Anambra State. My marriage now close to 12 years.
My name is Mr. Oscar Johnson. I married 2013. That was 10 years ago.
My name is Pastor Chukwunwike Michael. I'm privileged to be married since this year is making it 18 years in marriage.
My name is Ibe Bunem Samson. I am from Asava.
My name is Emeka and I'm from Ubuluku, but I live in Asaba.
My name is Ezekiel. I'm from this state and I'm Isoko by tribe.
I'm Engineer Victor Ogale Ebonido.
I am Osai Linus Chukwitem. I am from Delta State.
My name is Iwuchukwu Nadoze Benjamin. I'm from Imo State.
My name is Nelson Onyemechikukaye.
My name is Mr. Okodre. I think this is my 17 years in marriage, to the glory of God.
Yes, like what he asked me now, a simple thing. Any man needs a woman that will be submissive.
The first thing is caring and understanding. Yeah.
One, Bible said, man, love your wife. Woman, be submissive to your husband. Women need to respect their husband. That's the first thing. You know, man is being born with ego.
When there is no nagging in marriage, that makes a peaceful marriage, a lovely marriage. There should be no nagging in both parties. One should, in anything that your wife did to you or your husband did to you, you have to look it with a godly mind. You accept it. Marriage, 1 + 1 in marriage is 1 + 1 in marriage is 1. It's not 2. That makes up a good marriage.
My wife must respect me and be submissive. You know, once a woman is submissive, then me as the man, I have to love. Love will come. As Bible said, women, you must be submissive. And why husband love your husband?
Just what I want is just respect. Once she respects me, I'm okay with it.
I'm expecting trust. Godly woman like Esther in the Bible. and I expect much from him in the area of showing love to me, to the children, to the extended family in general. And those are characteristics of good woman from the Bible perspective.
1. Let there be joy in the marriage, whereby there will be no nagging, no anger. When you observe a marriage where anger, jealousy is absent, then that marriage should be very, very okay. It should not be something that jealousy will be intruded. It should be a marriage whereby happiness, joy, commitment will be added.
Well, the most cardinal thing that can help women to become excellent wives is humility. And beyond humility, because humility is for everybody, but I think there's a hanging law or rule on women to at least be, what's that word again, be submissive. It's a natural thing. And without submission, no marriage can be truly godly or happy.
1, prayerful and respectful, which by the grace of God, my wife is, I can see those qualities in her. She's respectful and she's trying her best to pray. Understand?
At least that's just respect. You respect your husband. Whatever you ask, your husband will do it for you. But when you are living disobedient, you don't respect your husband. You don't expect your husband to do otherwise, because your husband will always annoy. But when you respect your husband, the things will go well. Whatever you ask your husband will do it for you.
Well, marriage is being ordained by God, and by the time we look into the book of Matthew, where he defines much about marriage, marriage is all about being submissive and perseverance. In the definition of that marriage, women should be more submissive to the husband. I believe that submission is what that triggered a love.
Wow. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We kept hearing respect, humility, submission. It was just back and forth. I hope we have women watching right now. Women, one of the basic needs of a man from the interview is respect and submission. It doesn't matter what you need from that man. It doesn't matter what you want to tell that man. All he is asking is respect and submission. And that is what the Bible clearly asks us to do in Ephesians 5. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husband as unto the Lord. If you are a respectful wife and a submissive wife, the man will love you unconditionally. And they also said humility. It also takes a humble wife to get her husband's attention. I want to go into the studio this morning to ask my guests what their own expectations are from their wife. I'll start with Mr. Uchemba. Sir, what are your expectations from your wife? What do you want her to do more that will make you happy? Okay.
Interviewers. We always talk about respect and submission. Respect is quite encompassing. It's beyond what people think.
Okay.
If you have a respectful wife, the house will be peaceful. The house will be lovely. You will see people admiring your marriage. Actually, marriage is supposed to be enjoyable and not endurable.
Oh, that's
so when you have a respectful wife, you are like a man on heaven on earth.
Beautiful.
Show me a man that closes from work and goes to her house early. I will show you a man that have a respectful wife. But once you see a man hanging at the beer parlor, staying outside at midnight, you know that the house, your wife, is not a respectful woman. So a man is a respectful wife. And that is what we need from women. Respect and submission. Because the Bible knew that, God knew that women hardly submit. But actually, they will tell you that they respect their husband and they submit. But to put it into action, and it becomes an issue. So if you have any woman, any wife that respect and submit to you, you are on heaven.
Did you hear that, women? He said to have a respectful wife means you are in heaven already. I want to read 1 Peter 3 before I ask my second guest. 1 Peter 3 says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands. Be in subjection to your own husbands. That if any obey not the word, they may without the word be warned by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation, coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, and of putting on of apparel. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God a great prize. He said, for after this manner, in old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters he are. Whose daughters he are. Sarah obeyed Abraham and called him Lord. That's our basic assignment as wives. I want to ask my other guest, Mr. Francis Onka, what he expects from his wife and from women generally. Let's hear from you, sir.
If I may say, what do we really expect from our wives?
Okay.
And our wives, but we must go back to also define who is a good wife to this man and to his family and all that. And if I may say, a good wife should be a woman that is known, one, for readiness, for willingness, is ready to carry the family. Whenever issues comes up, that same woman handles them amicably and try to resolve them. That should be the first step first. What we want to expect things from our wife is beyond respect, if I may say.
Beyond respect.
Respect is there, but it's beyond respect.
Beautiful.
What be clear to everyone is beyond respect. You need support. It comes as number one. Support your husband, your family. Talk of trust. You trust your wife. Trust your partner.
The list is building.
The relationship, there must be trust at any point in time.
Beautiful.
Because that respect is good anyway, but under that respect, we also have a pretentious one outside. When you see the wife, when you see the wife trying to pretend, and when they go
but inside,
something else
is something else.
So when you look at respect, most times it doesn't occur well.
It goes deeper than that.
It's beyond respect.
I want to also ask, sir, what are the character traits? What character traits should a woman portray that speaks disrespect? Or what is disrespect to you from a woman?
A woman that always shouts while her husband is talking. You are disrespecting your husband. And even though you are quarreling with people, and immediately you see your husband and your husband give you signal to keep silent, and you are still talking, which means you are disrespecting your husband. So for a woman to respect the husband, always look at your husband immediately gives you signal, pay, final, total obedience. Means you are respecting God. In absence of this, you are disrespecting your husband. It's not only when you slap your husband. You are disrespecting your husband.
That's a good one. He said you don't need to be physical. You don't need to raise your hand or slap your husband before you know you are disrespecting him. The tone of your voice. So it doesn't matter what you want to say. I always tell women that in communicating with your husband, there is what to say. There is how to say it, and there is what to say at a particular time. You as a woman, you have the assignment to study your husband. I keep saying that. Study your husband and know his mood per time. There's something you say at the wrong time. It might be right, or you may be right. You may be saying the right thing. But when you are saying that right thing at the wrong time, then there's a problem. There's a problem. So you have to know what to say to a man. You have to know how to say it. And many a times the problem is always how to say something. You just heard from Mr. Ochemba. He said, if you are raising your tone, on a man, that is disrespect. And when a man signals you and keep quiet, when he signals you to keep quiet and you are still talking, that is disrespect. I want to ask my other guests, what he picks or what character traits do you depict to be disrespectful?
Firstly, when you see your partner talking back to you, you try to address
addressing issues and talking and nagging.
Also in disobedience, you want her to do this and she ends up doing the way she wants it. Yeah, the opposite of it. So, such obedience.
That's we are beginning to get it now. Submission means obedience. You may not be, the man may not be right at that time, but for that moment for peace to reign, you just have to obey. You just have to obey your husband for that particular time for peace to reign. And Proverbs 21:9 clearly describes something I've taken as a memory verse. It says it is better to stay at the corner of a rooftop. It is better to stay at the corner, not just on the housetop, but the corner of the housetop, than to stay with a nagging woman in a wide house. To stay with a nagging woman, to stay with a quarrelsome woman, to stay with a contentious woman in a wide house. So you may be in a big house, but you see the man going out. When you see your husband, like our guest just said, he said, when your husband does not return back from work, know you're a quarrelsome wife. That's serious, that's deep. When your husband refuses to come back, office time closes by 4. Office closes by 4, and the man refuses to come back home, then he's afraid. He is afraid to come back home to meet a quarrelsome wife. He wants to remain there and just pass time till like 7. And he comes back, eats and drink. That shows us one of the basic needs of a man is peace. The man wants peace in his home. So you as a wife, your basic assignment is to ensure that your home is peaceful. Ensure that your home is peaceful. Do all you can. I know it's not easy. Marriage itself is hard work. Marriage itself is a responsibility. You don't pray to have a good home. It is responsibility. It is hard work. It's not something you pray, it's not something you earn. You work towards having a good home. So ensure, woman, that your home is peaceful and you keep seeing your husband running back to you. That's for respect and submission. And, sir, what other character traits do you expect from your wife?
If I may say, something that also might trigger me.
Okay.
I like women, their courage.
Okay. Okay. Their courage. That's a healthy thing.
Place themselves on a particular
beautiful.
Level.
A healthy self-esteem.
Don't see them associate.
Okay.
So another one also is also less association.
Oh, less association. Wow. That means you have to make meaningful friendship. You have to keep meaningful companion and friendship. You're welcome back. Sorry for that little disruption. It was due to some technical itches. We'll go back to where we started from and where we stopped. And we're talking about less association from the wife. And that means he wants a woman who has less companion, a woman with less friends. Less friends, because as a wife, if you have too many friends, they begin to have negative influence. You know, have negative influence on your character because you begin to discuss and expose your home in that regard. Okay?
Less association.
Okay.
For me, most often time, you see, moreover, like what he likely said, when you come back to times, you come and see your wife within the environment,
discussing, and at times.
There are some men who doesn't like that. So when you have such qualities as a woman, you see peace.
So we just heard from our guest this morning, Mr. Onka. He said, women, you should keep less friends. Make less friends in your environment. A man doesn't want to come back and see a woman discussing, shouting, playing outside. He wants a woman who is reserved. A wife who is reserved. And by keeping less friends, you make less enemies. Because you don't know. You really don't know who is your friend. You really don't know. You really cannot tell their intentions. So by making less friends, you have the opportunity to reserve or keep some information to yourself. Let's ask Mr. Ochemba what other quality he wants from his wife or from women in general. Okay.
I want a prayerful wife.
Beautiful.
When you see a man that is progressive,
wow,
you know that
there's a pillar behind.
A prayerful wife at house. And I equally want a woman that will sees me, a wife that will sees me as her only gossip mate. Needs to communicate with me often. I need a wife that knows how to cook.
Beautiful.
And I need a wife that always dresses neat.
Wow, the point is just coming back to back. I'm sure we'll take a prayerful wife before we go to other points. He said he needs a prayerful wife. And you really cannot underestimate the power of a praying woman. There's this saying that behind every successful man, there is a woman. That means a woman who prayer covers her husband. Prayer covers her husband. We treated in our previous episode that a man should be the spiritual head of the home. The man should be the priest of his home. That is very correct. But beyond that, you cannot afford to be a sleeping wife. You cannot afford to be a lazy woman at the place of prayer. When you pray, when a woman prays, you are sensitive in the spirit to know when danger is at hand and know how to handle problems in your home. When you are praying, you get information. You receive divine signal. If you're a praying wife, you receive divine signal. God telling you what to do and what not to do. And as such, you preserve and keep your home in safety. He also said he needs a woman who with a nice appearance. That's another key point. A woman who is good looking. Not all men really give a big deal to appearance, but there are some who are particular about appearance. So as a woman, you must be looking good. You must be looking good. There's a saying that says a man is always moved by what he sees. A man is moved by what he sees. So you cannot afford to abandon yourself all in the name of marriage. You cannot afford, because I am now married. You now leave yourself and begin to get fat, begin to go out of shape, begin to dress shabbily because you are now married. When you were single, you were taking proper care of yourself. You took care of your hair, took care of your skin, took care of your dressing. You cannot afford to abandon your life or abandon yourself now because you are married. As a man, he always wants to see his bride. He always wants to see you the way he met you. So that's a responsibility for you as a wife. That's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for you to be, for you to package yourself. for you to package yourself. A man wants to always meet a beautiful woman, even though he's 50. Even though he's 50, even though you are 50 years in marriage, he always wants to see his bride. So you must be intentional in your looks as a woman. You must be intentional in your looks, in your appearance as a woman. And the man wants an unpredictable wife. Today he meets you with a long gown. Tomorrow he meets you with on a jean trouser. Tomorrow he meets you on a bum short. He wants to meet an unpredictable wife. Somebody you cannot predict. Today is the low cut. Tomorrow is the long hair. He just wants to see something beautiful all the time.
Like you said, yeah. Okay. To package yourself in terms of how you look.
How you look.
All that. It goes a long way also in marriage, because there's a saying that says that you want to know a man who is well to do.
You look at his wife.
It tells more about the man. So the appearance
matters a lot.
Yeah, at least you always appear good. You found yourself.
Beautiful. Appearance matters a lot. Appearance matters a lot. A man wants to brag with his wife. That's the word. Yeah. A man wants to brag with his wife. Like you take a look at my wife. And among his peers, among his friends, they want to look at you and like, this man is trying. They want to look at the children and say, this man is trying. And I'm sure another point a man raised from the survey we got, he said he wants a woman who is caring for both the children and the extended family. That's another very serious point. A woman who will take care of the children. Because at times you see a woman beautifully dressed. But when you look at her children, you see them shabby. You shabbily dressed and you are wondering, with all this beauty in this woman. So at times women tend to neglect their children. And a man wants a woman who will be responsible. Who will be a responsible wife at home. Taking care of the children and also the extended family. That's another point. Taking care of the extended family.
And we've often seen wives or partners who often care more for their siblings, family, and their husband.
And tend to neglect.
Man is nothing. So it's also happened.
It's also a problem.
We try to see that from our wives.
It's also a
there
problem.
Are many of them who does that, and it's
a problem in the home. We can just hear Mr. Francis and I said, you don't, at times you see something, that's selfishness. That's selfishness. You see a woman who will take care of her own siblings, take care of mother, take care of father, and abandon the husband like that. That's your problem. That's not good for a wife. You have to take care of everybody, treat everybody same, treat everybody on the equal scale. Treat everybody on an equal scale. You don't have my mother, your mother. You have to care for everybody. I heard a story about a man who told the wife, let's go and see mommy. Let's go and see mommy. And what should we buy for mommy? And the woman said, one apple will be enough. Just one apple will be enough. I'm sure the woman felt mommy means it's the man's mother. So just one apple will be enough. And the man was like, okay, fine. And the man got the apple and they were on their way. And when she saw the route the man was taking on, like, where are you going to? And the man said, I want to go and see your mom. She said, no, one apple will not be enough. One apple will not be enough. That's selfishness. And the man like, so you mean one apple will be good for my own mother? And your own, you want the whole, you want the crates of apple. So that is selfishness. And even the Bible said, do unto others what you want them to do for you. So you can't afford to be a selfish wife. Treat your in-laws, extended family alike. Treat everybody, love everybody on the same scale. So you have another quality to expect from a woman.
Another quality I have when you see your wife encourages you.
An encourager. An encourager.
When you get a wife who encourages you, why things were not okay, but it gives more.
Beautiful. That's giving you that push. Give you that's another very important point. An encourager. If you're a woman listening to me now, are you encouraging your husband? Are you the one who will push the man into doing unthinkable things? There are some women, when the man has nothing at the onset of the marriage, they will finish that man verbally. Look at you. Are you a real man? When men are talking, you will be talking. You will just finish the man, and as such, you will just kill everything in that man. You will kill the drive. You will kill the ego. You will kill everything in that man. You've just finished that man. But a man wants an encourager. When the man is down, the woman is solidly behind him, telling him, you can make it. You can make it. You by so doing, you push the man. You push the man into success. And that's what he's saying is, behind every successful man, there's always a woman as an encourager. Men wants us to encourage them, women. Encourage your husband. The going may be tough at the present, but every woman needs to stand solidly behind her husband.
One that thought alone has really brought some persons down. But though it happens often to my side too.
Okay.
So the man, you shouldn't take that as a yardstick. You're being encouraged too. You shouldn't take it as a yardstick.
Instead of take that as a yardstick.
You have to push further.
Have to push further.
Push by
Beautiful.
yourself. You push further.
Encourage yourself.
That's helped me personally. That at the time,
you don't wait for
marriage, you hear talks from everywhere, but if you know where you're going to, if you didn't get encouragement, you push yourself.
Beautiful.
Before you know, you see things. And that same person will also fall back. You're a loving wife, you're a loving husband.
Of course. And I've heard a statement by saying a man should not be externally motivated. A man should not wait for external motivation. As a man, you should not wait for external motivation before you succeed. You have to encourage yourself. Even David, our father, at some point in his life, the Amalekites, they invaded the city where they were, and they invaded Ziklag, yes, and burnt everything and took their wives, everything they had, and everybody was discouraged. And at some point, they almost even stoned David to death. But David encouraged himself in the Lord. So as a man, if you have a wife who is not encouraging you, is not a yardstick, like Mr. Hooker said, for failure or for lagging behind, you have to push and keep pushing till you achieve success. Okay?
In addition to what Mr. Francis just said, we equally need a woman, a wife that can buy gifts.
Oh my God, that's another one.
Only waiting for
not waiting to be at the receiving end. Women, are you listening to this? It's getting more serious. You don't wait to be at the receiving end all the time. The marriage is not a one-sided marriage. Marriage is not a one-sided marriage. It should not be all about you. It shouldn't be about you. Valentine's, you go ahead and surprise the man. It should not be, what did you buy for me? What did you buy for me?
That's another big factor. Yeah. When you see one side, always.
And I'm sure when they
you don't get some response from your spouse,
it's discouraging. It's discouraging.
The man can do a big one.
No matter how little. Small, and when you and how do you feel when you receive a gift from your wife?
No matter how small, it's something that blows the heart.
No matter how small. Yeah, I'm just learning this one. No matter how small, a man needs something, a surprise from the world. That shows you think that you are thinking of him. That shows his thoughts occupies your mind. That's another very beautiful point. Don't be a stingy wife. Give me. From all they've been giving you, save out something. Save out. Beautiful, you can.
In addition to what we just said, a good wife can prepare the husband.
Yes, you said that. You said he mentioned that.
Doesn't have money.
Okay.
You will add more years. To his life.
Beautiful.
By doing so.
Beautiful. Say, prepare your husband's favorite meal. And there's this saying that the road to the man's heart is through the stomach. Through the stomach. So that means a man wants to eat good food. A man wants to eat good food. So if you're a woman and you don't know how to cook, there's no an excuse. There's no excuse for not knowing how to cook. You have to learn. And we have so many mediums now to learn. You can learn from YouTube, so many videos. You can go to a catering school to upgrade your cooking skills. There's no negotiation. You cannot afford to not to know how to cook good food as a woman. So, and he is also saying that he must not be the one bringing money all the time. That at times you take out something from what you saved. Take out something, because we keep saying feeding money. We keep saying feeding money. You not give me chop money. You not give me feeding money. At times, take out something from what you have saved to surprise your husband.
To be frank, it's very important to be supportive.
To be supportive.
A
man needs a support.
You when you're outside, you're able to reach out.
That the woman is behind.
Sweet, can you do this for me? Instantly, you see messages.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So as a woman, you cannot afford to be lazy. You cannot afford to be lazy. You have to be a financial support, a financial pillar.
Whatever your spouse seems to do, you try to support.
Try to support.
I have a scenario like, put my wife for example.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into real estate and all that. Oftentimes, I just go through her status. I see her posting.
Beautiful. That is supporting the business. Supporting the business.
There's nothing you want to hold back. If she needs anything,
beautiful.
You're rich, you want to hold back. So
beautiful.
Most of our spouse, they hardly support.
They hardly support their spouse. Not to do it.
And
when you don't support, you still expect. You are still expecting to receive from a business you were not in support. That's another very important one. Know how to support your husband's business. You must not be give me. You must not always want to tear down that business or pull that business down. A wise woman, Proverbs 14:1, say, builds her home. Builds her home. But only a foolish one will pull down that house. So if you're a woman, a man wants you to be a support. He wants you to be a support, a financial support. If the man is doing something great, it doesn't mean you can work from home. You can work from, there are so many things now. There are so many things to do from home. So many businesses to run from home. You can have a shop. You can do something to support your husband. Very important. And one of our from the men we interviewed also mentioned something very key. He said he doesn't want a jealous wife. He said he doesn't want a jealous wife. That means you have some women who are permanently suspicious. Permanently suspicious. That is very dangerous. The man said he doesn't want a jealous wife. That means there are women, you are taking calls and she wants to hear. She wants to listen to every conversation. She wants to go through your phones. She wants to, I don't know what you are looking for in the phone. I don't know what you are looking for. But if you are looking for something, you will certainly see something. You will see Jennifer in that phone. You will see Amaka in that phone. You begin to ask, how will a man begin to explain every female name saved in his phone? That means you want high blood pressure as a woman. At times you just let the man have his space. Give him his space. If he's going out, let him have his space. Don't be too suspicious as a woman. I heard of one happening that very bad occurrence that happened, that the woman was chasing the man, chasing the husband or chasing her own husband. It was like the man was, I'm sure the female was in the car and somebody called her. I see your husband though. I see your husband, and she was on top speed. She was on top speed trying to catch up with the husband. Trying to catch up with the husband, and she ran into a ditch and died on the spot. When I heard that story, my God, I was so touched. I was like, something that should have been avoided. A death that should have been avoided. That was a needless death. You can be alive. Must everybody be, you can have your peace. And there's also a way to deal with a cheating spouse. There's still a way to handle a cheating spouse. You must not be back and forth trying to check on him, trying to check on his phone, and by so doing, the man that's not even into adultery can even begin to do it. You can begin to push the man. The man is not having that intention, but you begin to suspect every of his move. At times, learn to trust your husband. Give him a benefit of the doubt. At times, just trust that man.
But everybody has that jealousy in them.
But it can be controlled. It can be controlled. And also for the man, you have to do things that will build trust in your home. You have to do things as a man that will build the trust in your home. Because at times, as a man, you give reasons for suspicion. When you're answering call, and probably we are seated at the dining table, and the call comes, and you want to leave that dining table and start looking for where to hide, you are building suspicion as a man. So you as a man, be transparent. Be transparent. Give her reasons to trust you. Give her reasons not to doubt you as a man. When you are answering calls in secluded places, when you are putting password on your phones, when you are putting password on your phones and she's not aware of that password, you are making her suspect you. You are making her suspect you. I don't know why husband and wife will have password on phone, sir.
That password just tried to remind me about something. I've seen a scenario, not in terms of cheating.
Okay.
I've seen a couples where the man have to do that because each time the woman keeps transferring money from bank account without him knowing. And this act of when she does that, she deletes the debit.
Oh my God.
So
that is
apart
from cheating. Oh my God. That's another bad character. Did you just hear that, women? He said beyond cheating, men will put password on their phones when they don't trust you financially. That's a serious one. That's a serious one. I don't know why women will want to steal from their husbands. I don't know. Marriages should something that I pray God will help us to understand that in a godly marriage, in Genesis 2, we said they were both naked, the man and the wife, and they were not ashamed. Both naked means there was nothing to hide. I pray men and women will understand that in a godly marriage, there should be nothing to hide. There should be nothing to hide. And your money is our money. So why should you be stealing from your husband as a woman? And it may also be that the man does not take care of the husband or of the wife. Okay. If the man, because I've also seen a scenario, this just reminded me of a woman who came complaining to me. She said she took her husband's ATM card and went to do withdrawal. I'm sure she knows the pain. Found out the pain and did withdrawal. Why? The man doesn't give them money for food. The man doesn't take care of her and the children. There's a car at home. The man will take the car keys. Take the car keys and travel. That's a wicked man. When she was telling me, I'm like, are you sure? I was trying to even understand. I was trying to imagine the scenario. How a man will see the wife and children entering keke and there's a car at home. That's the height of wickedness. And so she, on the other hand, got opportunity to see the ATM. I went to do withdrawal. Like, you will not be taking care of people outside, doing good outside, acting like Father Christmas outside, whereas at home you're a wicked man. So there are some men. So I just hope people are listening to us right now. As a man, it's your responsibility to take care of your wife and children, while the woman in turn supports you.
Like you said,
okay?
Love supersedes.
Love supersedes all.
There are also scenarios where people don't understand.
So lack of understanding.
What has happened previously. There's some time, a point in time where the woman seems to have it all. And they use the man as whatever they like. And tomorrow you see the man start coming up. Some man want to reciprocate, which is not a good one. But it happens there and that's when you see such kind of
scenarios.
Because of lack of understanding.
That's another very serious one. I just pray people are listening to us and you have to work on your marriage. Work on your marriage. Work on your character. Another man said he wants a homemaker as a woman. A homemaker. A homemaker is someone, a home that is conducive. A home that is conducive. A woman who is caring to children, to everybody around. The man can come back and meet a peaceful home. The environment is conducive. That is another serious one. A homemaker. And nobody is talking about something. From both guests, I had one very serious need or basic need of a man is sex. And we're not hitting it. Nobody's saying it. All the interview we had, nobody mentioned sex. Were we too holy to mention it? Were we too holy to mention it? Very important. Ingredient of a good marriage, a perfect marriage. And I heard a man's very important need is sex. Yeah, I'm sure you'll listen to me. Yes, you heard me right. Sex. A man has a very high sex drive. A man has a very high sex drive. And that is as a result of an atomic bomb, a hormone God placed in them called testosterone. It's a hormone in man. It's like an atomic bomb that can blast and come up at any time. So it's a serious need. It drives the men at all times, and they have very high need for sex. They want to have that at all times. And women keep asking, is sex food?
No, but though it's important. But
Fine.
if I may say, for long time in marriage now, sex is all about emotions. Forced to emotions. It's not about sex and all that. Most times when you are down emotionally, you don't want to give up to it.
It may not come up.
It's not about
sex,
but it works upon how you feel at every point.
At every point in time.
If you are depressed, you can't do that.
Okay.
But some women will always
But
use sex as a payback against their husband, what the husband did to them. So,
well, I'm saying sex is an emotional need for the man, while a woman, sex is one of the very basic need for the man. But a woman from most women, we may not really care, because women need affection. Women need love, care, and affection compared to sex. So a woman who is not who doesn't feel loved from a man may not be moved. But at times a man seeing a beautiful girl, pam, the bomb just comes up. Seeing a beautiful girl, pam, the bomb comes up. So a man is moved or driven by what he sees. So the drive for men is more. The sexual drive for men is more compared to the woman. So women out there, I want you to know that a man may not even love a woman. A man may not even love a woman, but wants to have sex with her. That is the way he's wired. That is the way the man is wired. But the woman wants to love you. The woman wants to feel something for that man. Before, of course, emotional attachment. Before she's moved to have sex with that man. So a woman, I want you to, as a woman out there watching us, I want you to stop asking that question. Is sex food? For a man, sex is food. Sex is food. So you don't starve that man. You don't deprive that man. I'm sure 2 Corinthians, I can't get the exact verb. It said, render to the man due benevolence. Render to your spouse due benevolence. And that was talking about both the male and the female, not both the husband and the wife, not just one-sided. It said your body as a woman does not belong to you. And also you as a man, your body does not belong to you. Paul said, render to their spouse due benevolence. And I found out that word, due benevolence. That is paying for something that is due. If you're paying it, if you're in a rentage, when the rent expires, you pay up that rentage. That is something that is due. If you want to buy a car, the amount you pay for that car is something that is due. So sex given to a spouse is something that is due. Something that is due to your spouse. So do not hold back. Learn not to hold back as a woman, because you can push that man out.
It's important.
Very important.
Most times we have to understand our partners.
Okay.
That sometimes you see the men all the time they want it. You should understand your partner. When they are stressed,
when they are stressed, they want to calm them. It calms them down.
You see the man just come, no, but you see the woman,
it calms them down.
Returning back, say, no. You should also understand your partner in that area to know that there should be a particular time that this woman might need a rest or the man needs a rest. And you just give in and later you can come back to it again. That's another area again.
That comes down to proper communication. Proper communication. Know how to understand your spouse. Understand your spouse. I'm sure 1 Peter 3:7 said, men understand, dwell with us according to knowledge. Dwell with your wives according to knowledge. So you have to understand that woman. If she's saying a no, know why. Know why. Know why she's saying a no. And if you as a man, you have to study. That is, both parties should understand each other.
Yes, another area too, because you have come into it.
Okay.
Let's digress it.
Better.
Because more often time, it's not just sex. How romantic are you? Some men just want to climb on
just want to beautiful.
Without nothing. And
without learning the act. Without learning the act.
Don't just rush into it like that. There's a step to take and all that.
Beautiful.
That's another area. So when you get such women who are in that direction,
know why she's saying.
They stop you from having sex with them.
Sometimes women can make the move. It's not only men.
Okay. Women, they said, make the move. If a man is not doing it the way you want it, make the move to teach that man. And beyond knowing how to go about it and for sex, Personal appearance. Personal appearance. There are some people who are dirty. That's hygiene. We're back to hygiene. When you are dirty or you are the sweaty singlet, sweaty underwears, it can put a woman off. It can put a woman off. So when you want that act as a man, you have to take proper care of yourself. Have a proper bath. As a woman, have a proper bath. Take care of yourself. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. You have to take care of yourself. You don't just come back from work and straight to the bed. It may not work that way. With all the sweat from the day's job, it may not work that way. So you have to learn to take care of yourself as a man so that you don't keep hearing a no from the woman. So she may be saying something. And as a woman, to learn to communicate. Learn to open up. Tell him in clear terms why you are saying no. I hope you enjoyed today's program. What men want from their wives. And we've been getting, the list is almost endless. List is almost endless. We started from respect to submission to humility. That was the key point we kept hearing from the interview. We did key points: humility, submission, and respect. I want you to know that as a woman, if you respect your husband, the love will come in easily. If you respect your husband, the love will come effortlessly. Will come without a struggle. No man, every man wants respect. So if you give that man peace, whatever it is you want from him, you will get it without a struggle. What men want from their wives. So I want to give Mr. Onka the platform now to give us his final word. In summary, what is your final word to our viewers out there?
If you go to 1 Timothy 1,
okay,
3 verse 11,
okay,
you see where respect.
Okay.
But though why I most times stressed about it is that pretentious act about it. If I don't do it inside, why do you need it outside? That's another area where I don't fall in. I fall in with when you're obedient to me and supportive. I'm good to go in my marriage.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Say if you're obedient, so they want that obedience from a woman. So I'll give you one last question before we wrap up today's program. How do you handle a nagging, disrespectful wife, a woman with anger, bad anger? How do bad temper? How do you handle that woman that it doesn't degenerate into fighting and verbal abuse? How do you handle that scenario, or how do you manage that scenario of a nagging woman and that it doesn't degenerate into fighting and verbal abuse?
According to Proverbs 27 verse 15, the Bible talks about continually dripping of rain on the days of rain. It's like a contentious woman living with a contentious woman.
Okay.
So if you are living with a quarrelsome woman, it's something that will be happening all days. Except when you start, maybe when she's calm, allow her, because that is one of her ministry. Women, mouth is one of their ministry, strong one. Allow her to exercise her ministry first.
Okay.
Do not talk immediately. Then while she's calmed, you now talk to her and address her. Tell her what she's doing that you don't like. Then you now be praying for her.
Beautiful.
And make sure that you are open to her. Let her see the reasons why she's supposed to take your advice seriously. If you are not doing this, if you think that you will be beating your wife, you are causing more harm.
I love that.
And once your house is not at peace, it's better you go and live at the top corner of your roof. So, which we are not praying for. So when the woman is exercising that their duty, that their mouth ministry, allow her. After then, address her.
Sir, do you have another way of managing a contentious or a nagging woman? How do you manage a scenario where a woman is nagging or an angry woman? How do you manage it that it doesn't disintegrate into fighting or verbal abuse?
No, like he said, 2 wrongs, they say,
beautiful. 2 wrongs can't make it right.
You understand? So when you find such scenario, for me, you can walk away.
Beautiful.
And come back to it later.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Try to handle it and make them decide.
2 wrongs certainly cannot make it right. So it's both ways. It mustn't be a woman all the time. If a man is the one with the bad temper, as a wife, learn to walk away. At that moment, learn to be calm. When a man is, the tone of the man is high, the man is angry, at that moment for a woman, it's not the time to talk back. It's not the time to talk back as a woman. The man is angry. He feels what you've done is not enough or not exactly what he wants or expects from you. At that moment, if you are explaining at that moment, it may even make him more angry. It may even make the man more angry. When you are trying to explain or your own tone is also high, you're rolling your eyes and you're acting up. It may make the man more angry. And before you know, he may even lose it. Yeah. He may lose it and he gets physical on you. So as a woman or a man, both ways, whichever party is angry at the moment, learn to walk away. It's like boiling water. It's like boiling water in a kettle, and the water is boiling and boiling. When you turn off the gas, it will take time. The water will get back as cool as normal. So if you learn to just turn off that gas by walking away, put off the fire by walking away, and probably when the man is calmer, you come back and explain. And I want you to know that there are some things that may not change. There are some things that may not change. You just have to have a common ground. Learn to come to a compromise in communication. Always learn to come to a compromise. You shift ground, and we come to a common ground. We come to a common ground. He is saying no. You are saying no. That means the marriage won't work. The marriage won't work. You must not be right all the time. As a woman, you must not be right, or you must not have it your way all the time. Learn to use other communication skills. You can learn the virtue of patience. Learn the virtue of patience. Learn the virtue of prayer. Prayer is a weapon. There are some things I want from my husband. At the moment he say a capital no. He says, no, it can't be this way. You come again, no, it can't be this way. You come up again, it can't be this way. I resort to prayer. The Bible said the heart of a king is in God's hands. And it can turn that heart to wherever he wants it. So your husband's heart is in God's hands. I want you to know that. The heart of your husband, that stubborn man, that difficult man, that man's heart is in God's hands. Go to your creator and go to his own creator. Go to his own creator. Prayer works and can change anything. Use the virtue of patience and prayer. Go to God and tell God, Father, I want this man to accept this thing. I want you to touch his heart. I've tried it several times. After committing that thing to God's hands. I said, Father, touch this man's heart. I want this thing like this. And before you know, you were like, oh, hey, that thing you said that day. That thing you said. It can happen that way. It can happen that way. Like, Inside me, like, prayer works like fire. Prayer works like magic. So you must always learn to make your home peaceful by applying the virtue of prayer and patience. Things may not happen overnight. Changes may not come overnight. But as a woman, learn to be prayerful. I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope you enjoyed today's program. What men want from their wives. Men want a submissive wife, a humble wife, a respectful wife. Men want a woman who will be supportive. Who will be supportive to both the family and the family business, financially, be a supportive wife, and even in encouragement. He wants an encourager. He wants a woman who will encourage him, a woman who will not let him down or talk him down, a woman who will believe in him, believe in his leadership, believe in his vision, encourage him, push him into success. As you take all these points and walk with him, I see your marriage becoming in heaven on earth. God bless you. Join us again same time next week. See you then.
Good morning, welcome to Encounter TV one more time. This is our marriage program where we talk about marriage. We talk about a lot of things about marriage. And last week we did an interview on the women on certain things that are important to them that the men should do. This time we are returning the favor to the men. We are giving the women the basketballs back. We are trying to get to know what the women should do better to make marriage last. First of all, you tell us your name and how long you've been married so we can know a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, we thank God for that. My name is Sunday Weze. I come from Anambra State. My marriage now close to 12 years.
My name is Mr. Oscar Johnson. I married 2013. That was 10 years ago.
My name is Pastor Chukwuwike Michael. I'm privileged to be married since this year is making it 18 years in marriage.
My name is Ibe Bunem Samson. I am from Asaba.
My name is Emeka and I'm from Ubuluku, but I live in Asaba.
My name is Ezekiel. I'm from this state and I'm Isoko by tribe.
I'm Engineer Victor Ogale Ebonido.
I am Osai Linus Chukwitem. I am from Delta State.
My name's Iwuchukwu Nadoze Benjamin. I'm from Imo State.
My name is Nelson Onyemechikukaye.
My name is Mr. Okojo. I think this is my 17 years in marriage, to the glory of God.
Yes, like what he asked me now, a simple thing. Any man needs a woman that will be submissive.
The first thing is caring and understanding. Yeah.
One, Bible said, man, love your wife. Woman, be submissive to your husband. Women need to respect their husband. That's the first thing. You know, man is being born with ego.
When there is no nagging in marriage, that makes a peaceful marriage, a lovely marriage. There should be no nagging in both parties. One should, and anything that your wife did to you or your husband did to you, you have to look it in with a godly mind. You accept it. Marriage, 1 + 1 in marriage is 1 + 1 in marriage is 1. It's not 2. That makes up a good marriage.
My wife must respect me and be submissive. You know, once a woman is submissive, then me as the man, I have to love. Love will come. As Bible said, women, you must be submissive. And why husband love your husband?
Just what I want is just respect. Once you respect me, I'm okay with it.
I'm expecting trust. Godly woman like Esther in the Bible. And I expect much from you in the area of showing love to me, to the children, to the extended family in general. And those are characteristics of good woman from the Bible perspective.
One, let there be joy in the marriage, whereby there will be no nagging, no anger. When you observe a marriage where anger, jealousy is absent, then that marriage should be very, very okay. It should not be something that jealousy will be intruded. It should be a marriage whereby happiness, joy, commitments will be added.
Well, the most cardinal thing that can help women to become excellent wives is humility. And beyond humility, because humility is for everybody, but I think there's a hanging law or rule on women to at least be, what's that word again? Be submissive. It's a natural thing. And without submission, no marriage can be truly godly or happy.
One, prayerful and respectful, and which by the grace of God, my wife is, I can see those qualities in her. She's respectful and she's trying her best to pray. Understand?
At least that's just respect. You respect your husband. Whatever you ask, your husband will do it for you. But when you are living disobedience, you don't respect your husband. You don't expect your husband to do otherwise, because your husband will always annoy. But when you respect your husband, the things will go well. Whatever you ask your husband, your husband will do it for you.
Well, marriage is being ordained by God, and by the time we look into the book of Matthew, where he defines much about marriage is all about being submissive and perseverance. In the definition of that marriage, women should be more submissive to the husband. I believe that submission is what that triggered a love